So if you've been watching anything about the Florida real estate market as it comes to media, social media, YouTube videos, you would think the sky is falling and that it's gonna be a crash and it's gonna be terrible and it's gonna be worse than '08. And you know, it's always like one extreme or the other. So what I try to tell people is to always keep a level head. Why? Because over time, real estate ebbs and flows. It's cyclical in nature. So basically it's gonna go up, it's gonna go down, it's gonna go up. But if you look at real estate over a 10-year period, it goes up over time. It always goes up. Back in the 2008 crash, if you did not have to sell your property when the market crashed and you held on to it and you either rented it or kept making your mortgage payments, we are already so far past the highs in the pricing before the crash that it's not even close. So even if we went through a crash, the market is going to correct and it will come back up. So it's all about timing, when you need to liquidate your assets, what you're looking for. Obviously, some people don't have a choice, they have to move, so you want to be smart about that. But I can assure you that no matter what you're seeing on the news, on social media, with all the talking heads, everyone has an opinion, it's not going to be as bad as everybody's making it sound. For example, if you look at stats that I pulled from Realtor.com, in 2010, the average house price across the US was $172,000. By 2020, that price was $298,000. By 2025, it's $420,000. So prices are going to go up over time, whether or not we have COVID, whether or not we have a market crash, obviously unpredictable things that are going to happen in the future. It's inevitable. There's always going to be crisis and things that are going on in the world that we just don't anticipate, and they're going to happen. However, over time, real estate does go up. Everybody needs a place to live, so don't panic. If I can teach you one thing, don't panic. Panic is the worst thing you can do. Always keep a level head, be careful who you listen to, focus on the facts, listen to the Economists. I particularly listen to Habib, who is a very accomplished author, and he's also was a mortgage broker for many years. Look him up. He's a great statistician looking at the numbers and predicting interest rates. Also, Lawrence Young, the chief economist for NAR, is another person I listen to, just to name two. But be careful who you're listening to. Listen to the people who actually are studying the numbers, not just somebody down the street that might have an opinion and also has access to YouTube. Let me give you some additional solid reasons why you should not panic in the Florida real estate market right now. Historically, Florida has strong market demand. People want to live here. There's a great climate. There is still people that are relocating to the state from higher cost states. There's retirees. So it's still a great place to live, and that's not going to change. Number two, we still have limited inventory in Florida. So that limited inventory is always going to keep your prices more stabilized. There's always cyclical changes in the market. However, the long-term outlook for demand and pricing is strong in Florida. Also, Florida is a vacation and rental hotspot. There's tons of people coming here for the beautiful sunny weather. So it gives you a lot of opportunities and options for your real estate. For example, you might need to move somewhere else. You don't necessarily have to sell your property. You can rent it to a long-term tenant, or in many markets, you can do short-term rentals, or you could do a combination of such. So even in markets that are ebbing and flowing, going up and down, you have more options in Florida because it's a tourist destination, it's a rental destination, and tons of people want to live and move here. So the national news media can sound very scary at times. However, we all know that real estate goes up over time. Local markets tend to react differently than the national trends. Florida is still a hot spot for people to live, relocate here, vacations. You have multiple options for your property, from holding it, long-term rentals, short-term rentals, so you don't have to sell. It's just definitely a good place to invest your money, and don't panic. That's the worst thing you can do. So if there's one thing you take from this video, do not panic. Real estate is still a safe investment, and Florida is still a great place to put your money.